A second Exodus is coming. Isaiah 14:1. The Lord will have compassion on Jacob once again. He will choose Israel and will settle them in their own land. Listen to this. Foreigners will join them and unite with the descendants of Jacob. Nations will take them and bring them to their own place. The Bible is prophesying that in these last days that a second Exodus is coming. There was the Exodus out of the country Egypt, but then God said in Deuteronomy 28:68 that my people shall go into Egypt again, Mitzrayim again, captivity again. And he is now saying in Isaiah 14:1 prophesying that a second Exodus is coming. I hear a lot of people talking about reparations and they talking about it in the form of land. The Bible is prophesying that in these last days where the nations is going to escort us, the real Israelites, back to our homeland, and that God is going to ensure that this prophecy comes to pass himself by settling us himself in our own land. A second Exodus is coming. According to the Bible, a second Exodus is coming in these last days. The nations, I hope y'all hear this. The nations are going to escort the true Israelites, the exiles. They're going to gather the exiles and bring them back into their homeland. The true people of God will be escorted by the nations, not the 1948 people, not the Cabal people, not the Talmud people, not the Khazarians out of Russia people, but the people that are exiled and scattered into all nations. A second Exodus is coming. Jeremiah 30:10. So do not be afraid, Jacob, my servant. Do not be dismayed, Israel, declares the Lord. I will surely save you out of that distant place. Listen to this. Your descendants from the land of their exile. So I will surely save out of that distant place your descendants. You see this? Your descendants are going to be in exile. Oh, you got to keep reading this to see it. Jacob will again have peace and prosperity and peace and security. He said, once you're back in your homeland, you're going to have peace and security. No one will make you afraid. You won't be afraid of anything anymore. I am with you and I will save you, declares the Lord. This is the part that's going to hit you right here. Though completely destroy all the nations amongst which I scattered you. Your descendants, the exiles, are going to be scattered into all nations. This has only happened to one people ever in the history of the world. It's only happened to one people. I bet they wish they never taught us this in U.S. history, right? I bet they wish they would have left that one out, but they figured you would never connect it back to the Bible because no one ever read these scriptures to us in the Bible. I never even read Deuteronomy 28:68 until I came into the truth. I didn't even know it existed. I definitely never heard T.D. Jakes or Joel Osteen read it. Pastor Hagee staying far away from it. These pastors do not read these prophecies in these scriptures, especially the scattered and the gathered scriptures, because there's only one people that's ever been scattered. So there's only one people that's going to be gathered. A second Exodus is coming. He said he will save you. The exiles, your descendants. Because he talking to the prophet Jeremiah and to the Israelites off in Babylon at the time. And he's saying, look, your descendants going to be saved. I hope y'all hear what I'm saying. He said that your descendants are going to be scattered into all nations. This only happened one time in the history of the world. He said they're going to live in peace and security. You that have been scattered. You will never have to worry, he said, about being shot by the police. You will not be afraid anymore. You will never have to worry about where you're going to get your next meal from. You're going to be in peace and security. You will never have to worry about where you're going to get your next dollar from. You will be in peace and security. No one will make you afraid. A second Exodus is coming. A second Exodus is coming. A second Exodus is coming. No one talks about this, but another exit from Egypt, from captivity, from Babylon. another Exodus is coming. These people over there claim, because there's a lot of conversation about who the Israelites are these days, but they claim they're the Israelites and they're already in the land. So how can they exit from a place they already claim they're in? God is prophesying that in these last days, in the end times, that a second Exodus is coming. What kind of faith do you have? Imagine believing in the supernatural. Imagine believing in something that you do not see. This is taking a turn, but I want you to see something for a minute. Because during these, so-called holiday times, and there is a holiday, Hanukkah, I just explained that to you guys, but this Gentile holiday season, a lot of people start to lose faith, lose heart, lose will and courage. They get discouraged and they're saddened, and it's hard to believe for some of us and for some people during this time that we will be saved. Because you're going to be saved by something supernatural. And it's hard to believe in that when you're currently enduring so much hardship. When our conditions are that of a terrible, horrible, dilapidated position. When we lust after the luxuries of the Gentiles or of these other nations, because the whole Christmas thing is surrounded around gifts and materialism. And so now during this time, they playing the holiday song and Mariah Carey bringing her joint out, and they're playing the commercials, and it's got you lusting after the things of the nations. You lusting after a Benz. You lusting after more prosperity, and it's making you love. You wish you can get your house, have a bigger tree and a bigger house and more better cars and more money. They got you lusting after the things of this world, and it's making you feel a burden. Poverty feels cruel. It's a fact. Injustice feels painful. And always around this time, since I've been in the truth, people tend to ask me, why? Like, why are we experiencing this? We got this second Exodus coming. We're God's chosen people. We have this rich history of kings and of royalty and of ruling the world, right? We have this rich history, right? But right now we're living under hardship. And I'm preaching to you about a second Exodus, but people are asking me, look at my condition right now. Why? Hebrews 12:5. My son, do not make light of the Lord's discipline, and do not lose heart when he rebukes you, because the Lord disciplines the one he loves, and he chastises everyone he accepts as a son. Listen to this. Endure hardship as discipline. Endure the hardship and the pain as discipline. Endure poverty as discipline. Do you hear what I'm saying? You going through poverty right now, but see, you are the child. That's why he said, my son or my daughter, you are the child of a rich man. You are the child of a rich man. I'm talking about of the God of the universe. You are literally a descendant of a royal family. He's saying endure hardship. Listen to this, as discipline. Look, when you know your father rich, when he the richest of all the world, of all the kingdoms, when he has something that he's about to bestow on you, and he is punishing you by taking away everything for you for a few years, you know you're getting it back one day. So that's why I said endure hardship as discipline. Hebrews 12:7. God is treating you as his children. For what children are not disciplined by their father? If you are not disciplined and everyone, listen to this, undergoes discipline, then you are not legitimate. You don't hear what I'm saying. Y'all didn't catch that. If you are not discipline and everyone undergoes discipline, so if the Gentiles will undergo and discipline with us, then listen to this, then you are not legitimately his. You will know my people by the curses. Do y'all hear this? Listen to this, it keeps going. You are not true sons and daughters at all. If everyone is undergoing discipline, then you are not a legitimate, you are not a true son and daughter of God. You will know my people by the curses. You will know the Israelites. It said that these curses shall be upon them everywhere that they go. That's why I don't have the conversations with people about who are God's chosen people. Is it the white Mexicans versus the black Mexicans, or is it some Latinos and this and that? Who under the curses? You see what I'm saying? Who under the curses? In every nation, when you go to them, who have to go to their enemies for water, for food? I'm talking about the people that when they got off the ship 400 years ago, and now this is 400 years later. In order for these people to eat, they still have to go to the descendants of the ancestors of their slave masters in order to eat. We don't own no grocery stores. In order for protection, they the ones that's the military. In order for food, in order for water, we don't have no water rights. We don't have no clothing factories and no materials. So you will know my people, as the scripture says, by the curses. And the curses are the discipline. They don't want this. And he said, look, he is hardly punishing you to the point that it feels like he is destroying you. But a good father only chastises his children to prepare them for the blessing that he is about to bestow on us. They discipline, Hebrews 12:10. They discipline us for a little while as though best. But God, talking about an earthly father, will discipline you for a while as though best. But God disciplined us for our good in order that we might share in his holiness. Did you hear that? An earthly father discipline you for what's best. But God is disciplining you for our good in order that we might share in his holiness. Are you getting this? Your poverty, right, is you being disciplined. The injustice is so many of us in prison right now for selling marijuana. So many of us in prison right now for crimes we didn't commit. So many of us in prison right now for laws, for allegiance or a constitution we never pledged allegiance to. The injustice that we receive in this country, we can't get a business loan. We can't get a home loan. We can't get nothing. The injustice that we receive in this country, listen to this, is just discipline from God. And he's only disciplining us for our good in order that we might share in his holiness. I got to hurry this up. Didn't I tell y'all in these last days that the Spirit of God is going to descend on us? Hebrews 8:8 talks about how God is going to write his laws on our hearts and on our minds, meaning he says he's going to put his Spirit on us. God's Spirit is his mind, but it's also his power. Do you hear what I'm saying? We are going to have God's mind and we're going to have God's power. One of you will chase 100. Two of you will chase 1,000. No weapon formed against you will prosper. You will step over scorpions. You know how they say they're going to bring the locust out of the ground when Azazel comes out of the bottomless pit. How he said he's going to come with locusts. You're going to step over scorpions. You're going to step over locusts. I want y'all to hear what I'm saying. You will mount up on wings like eagles. You will have God's holiness, which is his spirit, his mind, and his power. A second Exodus is coming. Everything you're experiencing right now is just God's discipline. You are being tried in the fire. Hebrews 12:11. Let me hurry this up. No discipline seems pleasant at that time, but painful. Later on, however, it produces harvest of righteousness and peace for those who have been trained in it. Didn't we just read in Jeremiah how God is going to give us peace and security? So everything that you're going through right now is going to produce righteousness and peace and security and prosperity for you. It seems hard right now, but the only way that we know that you are even his is the hardship that you're going through. And the greater the hardship, the greater the blessing. 400 years of pain. Imagine the blessing that he's about to bestow on you. He's literally about to give you a piece of him. Something unseen, something supernatural, something that's never been done before in this world is about to happen. You watch and see what I tell you. We are the third being led through the fire right now. I truly believe that. We are being tried in the fire to come out as pure gold. Oh my goodness. Follow God's laws, commandments, and statutes. Stay in prayer. Do not become bitter or hateful at the Gentiles or at no one. For it is God who is disciplining you. Your lifestyle right now, your condition right now is a representation of what God has done to you. Remember, whoever cursed you is the one that has to bless you or have to lift the curses. If you blame them for your condition, then only they can save you. Why do you think we're in politics? Some of us are Republican and some of us are Democrat, asking the man to create a policy to save us. Get me out of my condition by giving me reparations. And I just read for you at the top, God is going to give you reparations. Get me out of this position by make the police wear body cameras so y'all can stop shooting us. And I just read for you at the top that God said, I'm going to make it so you ain't never afraid no more. Y'all don't want this. Give us a check and give us some money every month so we get a check every month for our reparations. And then you read in Zephaniah 3:19, God said, I'm going to give you the riches and fame. Oh, give me my followers back. Somebody, they banned me from YouTube. I see other people saying, give me my YouTube back and my Twitter back and my followers back. God said, I'm going to give you praise and fame in every land. It is God who is disciplining you. And when you know that it is your Father who is punishing you, then you should know that your Father loves you. And what he has in store for you is much more than what you are enduring. A second Exodus is coming. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Almost every other day someone asks, hey Leo, how can we support you? You can support by subscribing at ministries.leodunson.com and you will get my exclusive channel there. You can support me over there, or you can also support by Cash App, # Leo Dunson. You can also go to leodunson.com/donate. All of your gifts, all of your donations, you honestly don't know how much I appreciate it. I can't even articulate it in words how grateful I am for someone to donate and sow into this ministry. It really, truly is a blessing to have people that support you. May the glory of God and his blessings be upon you. Shalom. Shalom.